That's right. Beautiful Linda Raza. It's the Thursday night show. I appreciate your time. Don't forget, do me a favor. That's all I ask is that you hit that like button one time for your boy. Let's go ahead and get to the formalities because we got a lot to cover. But again, we're back on Chicano Tube and we're back on Chicano Street. This is the Chicano channel. I don't know about these other lanes. I don't know about these other genres on YouTube, but I'm not confused as to the genre that I created on this pinchy app, YouTube Landia. This is the Chicano channel. Don't get it twisted. And this is the Chicano genre, man. So again, beautiful in the raza. It's a Thursday night edition. Gracias, whether you're listening on YouTube Landia. I appreciate you. Everyone that's on IG Landia. You don't get enough love, man. Pretty soon I'm going to start doing more videos on IG. I'm already planning it out. The goal is to get all the money in the bank so you can spend all the time you want at home, right? IG is going to get more love. And anyone that's streaming right now and connecting with us on Facebook, we appreciate the Facebook familia. This is Chicano Tube. Here we talk about the things that affect me, affect you, trending news, trending topics. The town hall is already halfway reserved. Let me just tell you that, right? The town hall in April is already halfway reserved. I'm excited. We got, again, more new faces on the April town hall. These are influencers that got a voice. These are influencers that people will listen to. Just go back and look at the March town hall. That was a banger. I told the team, you're going to have to pull like 12 clips out of this because it's just too damn good, right? Because that's what we're trying to do here, man. This is the Chicano channel. These are the issues that affect the community, affect the raza, affect you, affect me, man. So I appreciate you guys. Speaking of that, I also want to mention the DNA. The DNA is almost here. I got the text message, cabron. It said 2 to 4 weeks, the DNA will come back. And you know what we're going to start doing, cabrones? We're going to start making the DNA a rites of passage, okay? That means any of these cabrones that want to come and want to get a blue check mark certified, que son Chicanos, let me see your paperwork. Let me see your DNA. I'm just joking around. But I'm not joking that the DNA is coming back. And I'm not joking that I'm going to be joined by mi hermano from Salinas, science teacher. Shout out to you, science teacher, that's teaching those pinchy students, getting the beakers and blowing it up y todo eso. No, I'm just kidding. He sent me a video. I'm not kidding you. He sent me, hey, man, gracias. I appreciate that. Machete, one of the members just popped in the chat. That's right, my boy. Let me highlight that comment, cabron. Boom. Let me see. That's what I didn't do. I know I didn't get the chat up. Let me get the chat up. I appreciate you, Machete. Give me a second, cabron. So science teacher is going to be joining me. He's science teacher. He's a real science teacher from Salas. He's a real science teacher. So he's going to be joining me. All right, there it is, my boy. I appreciate you. Exclusive content for 14 months, man. Something 99, just showing that support every single month. Look where we're at, cabron. We're getting to 14K, man. I appreciate it, man. We're knocking on the door. Thanks to Machete. Thanks to all the members only. Shout out to them, man. And they get the exclusive content. Remember those other videos that I dropped, Machete, those other ones? Wait till that information, wait till that gets out to YouTube. And then everyone's going to do videos about it. Oh, yeah, this and I. But guess who heard it? The members only. The members only, right? Because I got firsthand experience. But anyways, science teacher's going to come. We're going to break down the DNA. Let's see if your boys says who he says he is. Because a lot of these cabrones, they say there's something, or they act like this and they act like that. But where's the paperwork? So we're going to get that with science teacher. I appreciate it. You know what? Without further ado, it's too much, man. It's too much. It's too much to talk about. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. What are we going to talk about first today? Hold on, gente. Okay. A ver. Here we go. Bingo. Boom. Wow, this was a trip, man. You know, before I even get into this one right here, this is a trip, man. Before I even get into hold on. I'm gonna make myself right next to it. Ándale. Gente, before I get myself into this right here, this is coming straight out of the country of Mexico. It caught my eye. Not a lot of people are talking about it, but people come to the Chicano channel here because we talk about what other people don't talk about. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. Other people are either in their feelings. Other people are either telling war stories. Other people are either talking about rappers all the time, but nothing that's pertinent. Or maybe they're just talking about politics all the time. We'll get to the YouTube indictments. Give me a second. I'm going to break that down to the ground for you. I got all the clips. I got it all loaded up. That's another chingado I thought I'd never see in my life. YouTube indictments. But anyways, this is that's coming out of Mexico right here. And a lot of people are like, Mike, no, you know what it is? The general Mexican public, the heartbeat of Mexico are sick and tired of the cartels controlling the entire country. And it's a damn shame that what Mexico will do is try to sweep things under the rug. Just sweep it under the rug instead of addressing their issues. Now, it's funny because Canada has no piece of Canada that any kind of mob, mafia, or cartel can say, well, we run it. United States has no state, half a state, a corner of a state, that anyone can say the cartels or the mob runs it. Again, this is what we know, right? You never know. The pinchy Italian commission could run the whole country. I don't know. But anyways. But in Mexico, that can't be said. What do the common people of Mexico say, gente? They understand. What's understood doesn't have to be explained. The cartels run the whole damn country and the government. And they're sick and tired of these kind of stories that we're going to talk about right now getting swept under the carpet, man. Let's go back to this. It might, if it's in Spanish, I'll translate it, gente, okay? Because you should know your Spanish, cabrones. ¿Qué onda, man? ¿Qué onda, man? Don't be middle of the mall Chicanos. No, just kidding. All right. Let me see. How do I want? Right there. All right, here we go. One more time. DJ, load that clip.
Mucha tristeza ver todo esto.
En un rancho del estado mexicano de Jalisco, fueron encontrados hornos supuestamente utilizados por un grupo delictivo en el poblado La Estanzuela, municipio de Teuchitlán, a solo 1 hora de Guadalajara. El hallazgo fue realizado por el colectivo Guerreros Buscadores de Jalisco, que recibieron reportes anónimos sobre entierros clandestinos.
Man.
Además de los 3 hornos, hallaron alrededor de 400 pares de zapatos, montañas de ropa de vestir y un altar a la Santa Muerte.
Este es el primer crematorio.
3 ovens.
Este es el segundo.
3 crematories.
Y ahí está el tercer crematorio.
200 to 300.
Esto es lo que se ha sacado. Pedazos de cráneo, lo que es parte de los huesos, por supuesto, pues calcinados.
También se encontraron restos y fragmentos óseos que estuvieron expuestos presuntamente a la cremación, además de casquillos de diversos calibres, cargadores y aros aprensores metálicos.
Wow.
Se dispusieron buscar, escarbar y bueno.
I'm going to leave that video playing, but wow, I'm completely blown away why this isn't national news. Well, again, it's the nation of Mexico, but it's funny because something will trend in the United States and Mexico will just run with it in every single state. It'll be trending news. Well, a lot of people do look at the United States like the centerpiece of a lot of stuff, right? But when something happens in Mexico, okay, to my Mexicans in the comments section, does this make you proud that Mexico is enabling the cartels to have? This was 3 crematories that were discovered outside of Jalisco, outside in a city called Teochitlan. They all start with the T, huh? Teochitlan. No te creas. 3 crematories. Imagine this. 200 to 300 to 400 pairs of shoes. Imagine this. All kinds of clothes and articles from bodies that have disappeared in Mexico. This was also used as a training facility for one of the biggest and is one of the newest cartels, the CGNG. CJNG, Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación. Okay. They were using this as a training site, but guess what happened? Some people got some anonymous calls and they stumbled upon this land, and next thing you know, they find 3 ovens. They find bodies buried all over the place. At the same time, President Scheinbaum is saying, yeah, we'll look into it. Absolutely, we'll look into it. Is that all? We'll look into it. How about you? If I was the president, me caía las pinches rodillas. It would hurt me so bad that my own people, there was a torture camp, a torture ranch where they would literally incinerate them. Or if not, they would put their bodies in barrels and put all kinds of sulfuric acid on top. And this is the kind of acid that would even eat your bones. This happened in Mexico. And no one's talking about it. Everyone rather talk about Big U, Rowdy Racks, Whack 100. This is more real shit than that. We all know, I've said this time and time again, that one of the biggest black guys in Mexican history is letting the cartels run the whole country. Well, you don't believe it? Let's go ahead and look at something else. Here it is. Here we go.
México hace un acuerdo con un lugarteniente Zambada, Zazueta Rivera, José Ángel Zazueta Rivera, alias El Flaco. El Flaco tenía su sede, digamos, su plaza era la Ciudad de México. Él controlaba el aeropuerto de la Ciudad de México, pagaba ahí a la Marina un montón de dinero, de sobornos, y sacaba la muy felizmente y la almacenaba en la Ciudad de México. Dijéramos que el gobierno de Claudia Sheinbaum, con la complicidad de Vargas y Harfuch, era la gran bodega. Tenían un bodegón, y yo creo que lo siguen teniendo, ahí en la colonia Roma, a los ojos de todo el mundo. Y Claudia Sheinbaum recibía dinero de eso. Te estoy explicando que Claudia Sheinbaum, la familia del Mayo Zambada, la apoyó en su campaña presidencial. Qué curioso, las complicidades de Claudia Sheinbaum, de Andrés Manuel López Obrador y de muchos otros presidentes de México no es ficción, es un drama que estamos viviendo las consecuencias hasta el día de hoy. Ese drama va a existir hasta que nosotros los mexicanos lo permitamos. Esta historia no...
Whoa. Wait a second. See, we don't know the news that's on the regional scene in Mexico. Then a lot of us don't care. That's not our life. We're not over there, etc. But I have a lot of love for what I call the motherland. I call Mexico the motherland. Some of the most beautiful territories and places. And I've been to some of the most gorgeous haciendas and villas inside of Mexico. Still, because it's the blood that pumps through my vein, cabrones. So I call it the motherland. Some people will call the U.S. the motherland. Hey, you do you, cabron. Right here, we're Chicano. We embrace 2 cultures right here. But Mexico has a special place in my heart. We don't know what they're talking about in the country of Mexico. Everyone over here is Claudia Sheinbaum. Yeah, Claudia Sheinbaum. Yeah, go. And again, it's just public opinion, but we don't know that what they're talking about in Mexico is that this is just another president that has let down the Mexican people. The Mexican people have been let down time and time again. Gente, it's March. I've already been to Mexico 2 times this year. Twice, I've already been to Mexico. You're talking to someone that talks to the people of where I'm talking about. I'm not just giving you head knowledge like these pendejos. They study a bunch of books and then come on the internet. I'm all deep. I'm the guru. Ask me anything. Sit at my feet. I'm the all-knowing guru. No, 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 no. Those cabrones, all they have is head knowledge, and they can't apply that for shit. I'm telling you from firsthand experience, from what I've experienced. I go to Mexico. The people in Mexico are, when they saw Sheinbaum get in there, yeah, you saw the ceremonies. Yeah, you saw everyone going through the motions, of course. And yeah, you could love her, being the first woman president. Absolutely. That's great. I don't give a shit if you got X or Y chromosomes. That don't matter to me. I'm on some Martin Luther King shit. I look at the character. I don't look at your skin color. I don't look at what's between your legs. But anyways, the people are saying in Mexico, she's another vendida. And what they're saying in Mexico, she's actually bringing like a hard left wing kind of stuff to Mexico that I had never seen. I had never seen all kinds of rainbow mafia shit and chirujo stuff. I never saw that in the country of Mexico until this year. This reporter just said Mayo Zambrano, one of the biggest carga dealers, blanca dealers in the history of Mexico, is in contact and supported the entire political campaign of Claudia Sheinbaum. Why do you think that is? Could it be, well, I'm putting up this as a question, but I know the answer, that they really run the government? If I was a Mexican politician, I wouldn't be a Mexican politician. If I was in Mexico, I wouldn't be no damn journalist. I wouldn't be no damn reporter, because being a politician, being a journalist, and being a reporter in Mexico is hazardous to your health. What are you going to do when they start jumping over your compound or your mansion, these politicians that got all the money? Because in Mexico, the rich get rich and the poor get poor, right? But a lot of us are we love Mexico. I love Mexico. You guys probably love Mexico. I know you love the Mexican food. I ain't never met a pendejo that told me he hated Mexican food. I'll tell you that. It's a shame, but we got to face the reality. None of them want their imagine, they vote the wrong way. You can't vote how you want in Mexico. Your ass is grass. You can't vote how you want. You can't say what you want. Yeah, they may say it like behind a podium, and they all know it. All the cartel knows it. Nah, that's just they're going through the motions. That's just when they announce something, oh yeah, we're coming after them. We're coming after them and all this other shit. Next thing you know, they get out of the press conference, and then the cartel dude calls up one of the main people to the administration. Hey, that was all bullshit, right? You ain't really going to come over here to Sinaloa and try to pack us out, are you? No, ya saben lo que tenemos que decir. Oh, okay. It's a damn shame, man. They find 3 crematorium. Okay, let me go back to this one. They've got, oh, shoot, man. Sharing the wrong thing? Where's that go? Oh, it turned off? Calmate. Here it is. My bad. Okay. Sharing the wrong thing. All right. Let's go back to this. Gente, if this was the United States that this happened right now, first of all, it would be the biggest scandal in like 20 years. The biggest scandal. There would be so many asses in the hot seat. People are getting fired. Systems are getting reevaluated. Just imagine. If it was the United States, all of those 200-300 pairs of shoes, that's all evidence. All that clothes that they found in another place, look at it right here. Look. All that clothes that they found, that's all evidence. There is literally in this rancho, Izaguirre is the name of the rancho, that they found 3 cartel crematoriums. When they kidnap the person, they make phone calls. If you don't got the money to pay for your loved one, for them to come back, for you to pay for them to release them, and 9 times out of 10, they'll just get your money and still kill them because they're heartless. They're heartless. You don't got the money to pay for your loved one? Guess what? We got an oven. Don't trip. Oh, you don't got the money to pay for your loved one? Your wife? Your daughter? Your father? Your grandpa? Oh, don't trip. We'll put them inside a barrel and pour all kinds of sulfuric acid. Till it melts all the way through their skin and even the bones melt. If this happened in the United States of America, we're not run by the cartel. I know some of you guys are, throwing chingazos at me. Mikey this, Mike. I'm keeping you a buck, man. People tune in right here because they want to hear the real. They don't want to hear the fake, the watered down, the people that are apologizing, the people that are on the fence about their opinions. That's all bullshit. We don't got time to waste. I don't got time to waste. I'm going to tell you the real. If this happened in the United States, all of that evidence of hundreds of pairs of shoes and hundreds of garments of clothes, all that would bust wide open cold cases. In the United States, all of the cold cases, boom, boom, they'd be solving them by the dozens. Boom, boom, here's Yvonne, here's Alfredo, here's Jose, here's the grandma, here's the mother, here's the daughter that disappeared, here's the son that disappeared. Boom, 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 boom. But what is the Mexican government going to do? Shh, 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 shh. Again, it's just why a lot of people want to live here. Let's just keep it a buck, man. I know we fly Mexican flags, man. I love Mexico, man. That's the motherland. I feel like I'm more at peace when I'm in Mexico because it's the simple life for me, man. Yo soy de rancho, cabrones. I grew up ordeñando las pinches vacas tomando pajarete, güey. I grew up walking down dirt roads, man, with a little the Coke. They don't even give you the Coke bottle. They give you the plastic bag. I'm walking down the little rancho with a plastic bag and a straw, cabrones. I love Mexico. But it's an undeniable fact that the entire government is ran by the cartel, or else what? Or else they just get the military, just like the United States or anyone else would get the military and eradicate the problem. Why won't the government get the military to eradicate the problem? Because the cartel is the government. How about we move on? That's right. Hit that like. I appreciate you. Corcodor Security says Mikey is on one. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you. Cabron. Let me go ahead and switch this up. Let me get this off the screen, man. I look too damn small. Let me put some comments up, man. Shout out to the people. Corcodor Security is in here. We're on the 6 yarda in Cuimas, cabron. Watch that puerta, way. Watch that puerta. Quique de Escondido, my boy. Mexican government. Cartel equals the Mexican government. Damn it. At this point, it's well established. That's an undeniable fact, man. I know we love Mexico. I love Mexico. We fly Mexican flags. They're at the protest. They're at the protest flying Mexican flags, and I get it, right? Even though it is less than 15% of the people that are getting snatched up by ICE, less than 15%. And I've been saying this since day one, since January 20th. They're gaslighting you guys to make it seem like it's you're going to have a miserable 4 years, yet egg prices are going down. You're going to have a miserable 4 years, yet home prices are going down. You're going to have a miserable 4 years, yet unemployment is going down. You see what I'm saying? That's just the internet. The internet is what it is, right? But anyways, that's right. And then we got my brother from another mother right here. Modesto's checking in. Si se puede party. Looking sharp, my boy. You got the Luis Miguel tuxedo, my boy. That's the one you came with when we announced Cholo versus Buzz. Guess what's going to happen real soon? I'm going to go down to SoCal. We're going to go to Coach Art Garza's gym. Me and Cholo Trucker, we're going to put something on for the people. How about that? We need to put on something tactical, because a lot of people, their workout videos are good, but they can't fight. A lot of people lift weights, but they can't fight. Just like a lot of people talk a good one, and they can't fight. Me and Cholo Trucker are going to put something on special for the people in SoCal. Shout out to Cholo Trucker. You're invited, cabron. If you want to know the 411, we haven't even planned it out or the date or anything like that. We only talked about it like twice, but if you want to know, if you want to go, let me know. It says right here in Modesto, a lot of those used car lots are connected to the cartel. Same cars all year, don't sell, but business keeps on going. And a lot of places, yeah, they just wash money, I remember one time I went to Mexico. This is after I got married in 2004. Shout out to the beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife. And we rented what was it, like a SUV, right? And I remember right down the street where we were at, there was a detail place, right? And I told my wife, hey, I'm gonna go, clean the car because all the windshields and stuff like that, and just to go buy some snacks and go for a walk or whatever, right? We're in Mexico, we're doing what we do, enjoying it. And my father-in-law told me, cuidado con ellos lavan dinero. I'm like, what? Lavan dinero? The people know. Here, it might be rumblings, but the people you won't hear shit. Here, it might, over there, they're telling you with conviction when you get to Mexico, la neta, not what the meme says. A lot of people flying this is going to piss a lot of people off, but a lot of people flying that Mexican flag at that protest don't want to go back to Mexico. They don't want to get paid $5 an hour. They don't want to not have a 401k benefits, IRA, Roth, mutual bonds, all these things, right? That we have in the country of the United States. Now, I know a lot of people, we're not talking politics tonight. Maybe we'll get into some politics. I don't know. But, I've seen a lot of the raza pages on the internet. This is on IG. Shout out to IG if you're watching on IG. And shout out to Facebook. Don't forget to hit that like. You're live on Chicano Street Studios. A lot of people talk shit about the American economy, the American system, right? And it goes deeper than that, right? We're going to talk about stolen land and colonialism and other stuff, right? That I respect 100%. I respect it, man, because I respect ideologies. Because if you don't respect them, then they won't respect you. And if you don't respect them, you can't have a seat at the table. Then we can't have a conversation. Then your voice is shut. And that's where the people lose. When you don't voice your voice, the people lose. So, and a lot of the raza pages on IG, they push socialism. I'm not knocking it. They push socialism, socialistic pages, socialism, as if that's the answer that the United States needs is socialism. But let me tell you, accepting socialism is basically admitting that you can't compete in the real world. I'm going to say that again, and then I'll break it down even a little bit more. Again, these are my convictions. You might disagree. You might be like, no, socialism is the best thing next to sliced bread, Mikey. Okay, I respect that. I would love to have a conversation. We got the April town hall coming up on April 16th. We already got the date at 7 o'clock. But to me, socialism is basically admitting that you can't compete in the real world. You're saying this is like 90% of the raza pages. They probably look at me like, fuck that motherfucker. But just like I always say, life's a risk, carnal. Life's a risk, carnal, right? You're saying when you want socialism, you're saying I'm willing to give up my liberty, my religion. Oh, don't forget that. Because this is what I've said since the beginning. How can you call yourself raza and be okay with whatever pendejos you align with telling you we need to take God out of everything? Everything. The schools, the money, the work, wherever. How could you be okay with that and you call yourself raza? Imagine telling your abuelitos that. Back in our abuelitos' days, in los pinches ranchos y cerros de Mexico, anyone came trying to preach a different religion, they ran that pendejo out of town with pitchforks and knives and gasolina. So this accepting socialism, that's a new generation thinking. That's not old. That's not our parents thinking. That's not our grandparents thinking. But again, when you want to accept socialism and push socialism, you're saying, I'm willing to give up my liberty. I'm willing to give up my religion. I'm willing to give up my dreams. Because every single person, God put a talent inside. There's not one that he made by mistake. Everyone has a dream. You're lying through your motherfucking teeth if you say there's not something you want to do in life. And if there's something if you just because you have depression, or if you have depression and you don't know, hit me up. I'm going to go and lay hands on you so we can knock that out of you, okay? You're willing to give up your liberty, your religion, and your dreams as long as the state you're living in can take care of you. To me, accepting socialism is accepting failure. So I don't push that, okay? But anyways, I don't even know how we got into that, man. Hit that like, cabrones. Calidad's in the casa. That's right, my boy. What are we talking about? We're talking about those 3 crematoriums, bro, that they just found in Jalisco. And the people are sick and tired of the country of Mexico not tackling the cartel problem, to the point you had 24 people unalived, cabron. Lights off during Shine Bond's campaign. You would have think she would have took the podium. All right, you guys are cheering me. That's great. Okay, blow some smoke on me and blow some feathers. All that's good shit. But we got some real shit we got to deal with. Did you know about 30-something people died during this presidential election? She ain't saying none of that. She's not addressing the allegations that she's tied to the cartel. But she's very eloquent. She's very well-spoken. She's very articulate. And she's very charismatic. Hey, viva la raza, right?
Now you home with us.
All right, let's move on.
And defend the barrio. Patos locos forever. Forever.
Damn it, that's forever, man. Let's talk about CECOT, man. I want to talk about CECOT, which is the El Salvador maximum facility prison that a lot of people are, a lot of people are upset that the criminal gang members, etc., are going to CECOT. Now, just to let you know, the average Joe been here a couple of years or maybe been here fucking 30, 40 years, but never, ever, 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 ever. They wanted, a lot of people want to live here the rest of their lives and die in this country, but they don't want to get their citizenship. To me, it doesn't make sense. I would go for that, but it just is what it is, right? So they're not getting your average Joe, snatching them up with ICE and sending them to CECOT. No, they're not. The only people they're sending to CECOT are the hardcore gangsters, the hardcore bangers.
I'll kill you! Fuck these other vatos, Sensei! Get up, Chucky! Get up! You fuck with my familia, eh? You gotta answer to me here and now. Come on, toe to toe.
These are the only ones they're sending to CECOT. I just want to debunk that myth, even though if you heard it from an old cholo on YouTube who thinks he's tough, or you heard it from these popular meme pages, they're sending everyone to CECOT. No, they're not. They don't got room in CECOT. CECOT is a special level 5 maximum security prison in El Salvador, where 95% of the people that are there are going to die there. They're never going to get out because of the heinous crimes that they did. So some people are mad. They're saying, oh, they're sending the people to CECOT. They're sending the people that you would never want to meet in a dark alley. They're sending the people to CECOT that you would never want your daughter by herself at nighttime to meet one of these motherfuckers. That's who they're sending to CECOT. I just want to get that straight. I know a lot of people say, Mikey, you ain't shit. Da, 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 da. First of all, look at who's talking. Most of these guys are old, washed up cholos anyways. But anyways, so that's who they're sending to CECOT. And they don't play. Bukele don't play. CECOT don't play. Let's listen to what this cabron has to say, all right?
Walks into this door, he never leaves. Here are some of the most dangerous people in the world. You can see they have their tattoos. MS-13 is tattooed on their forehead. Barrio 18. All these guys were once prideful and running the streets of El Salvador. Now they are locked behind bars for the rest of their lives. And he is taking them through a workout where they're doing lunges and they're going to touch their toes for 10 seconds. The guards here would have everything they need to take down the prisoners. They have just asked the prisoners to take off their shirts so they can show some of their tattoos. As you can see right here, you can see all the tattoos from the 18s on their chest to the 13s. ¿Y todavía se sienten orgullosos de ser bandero?
Shout out to the Gabacho Nick Shirley. Shout out to you, cabrón. I still watch you.
Today I'm here in El Salvador outside of CECOT, El Centro de Confinamiento de Terrorismo. It translates to the Center Terrorism Confinement here in El Salvador. It is the biggest and most up-to-date prison in all of the Americas. It is capable of holding over 40,000 inmates, and it is home to some of the most dangerous people in all of the world. This prison was specifically designed to incarcerate any gang member that has any affiliations with gangs such as MS-13, Barrio 18, and they are responsible for crimes such as murders, extortions, kidnappings, narco trafficking, drug dealing, any crime that you can possibly think of, these people inside have committed. And it is important for you watching this video to understand just how dangerous this country used to be. This country used to be controlled by gangs such as MS-13 and Barrio 18 as they would make secret pacts.
All right, I don't want to hear this vato talking all day, but let me go ahead and break this down, man. They started taking, again, hardcore gangbangers, not grandma, not abuelita. She's not going to CECOT. Well, first of all, it's a men's facility anyways, but these are the hardcore bangers. If you want these cabrones to come back, shit, just open your door and let them live with you. They got three major gangs. There's three major gangs in El Salvador. And this is a trip, right? One of them is Tren de Agua, something like that. Water train. I don't know what you want to call it, but it means something, but I just don't know the meaning, right? The other two are 18 street cliques. That's a trip, man. A calle in Los Angeles has so much influence around the world that cabrones from Central America are gonna bang it. So there's two sets of 18. One is called 18 Revolucionarios, 18 Revolutionaries, and the other one's called 18 Sureños. There's three gangs. They used to separate them in El Salvador. One gang, 18 Revolucionarios, had that pinta. The other gang, 18 Sureños, had that pinta. The other gang, Tren de Agua, had another pinta. But that was before. Then they built CECOT. CECOT is basically all of the gangs are mixed together. Why isn't there no violence like there is in the Department of Corrections in California? Because they don't play that. Who doesn't play that? Administration, the government of El Salvador do not play that. These dudes have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years to serve as sentences. Why are they respectful? Why are they not killing each other? Why do they have their heads down? Why do they jump when the guards say jump? Because they will fuck you up and throw you inside a hole for months. They don't care about none of that humanitarian BS. This is the only way that you teach people a lesson. You make them go through hell in a basket. You make them hate it so much that they don't want to go back. But what do they do in California? Hey, Holmes, give away. Or they start getting hit up as soon as they enter R&R, right?
Thinking of letting him in, ese.
Told you he was my best crime partner.
He ain't Mexican, ese.
They go to the handball court. They start shooting kites. Chenate, I'll see you on the yarda. I'll see you at night yard. I'm hoping for the visita. That's not CECOT. That's not. Look at them. Look at the cells. You could see completely through the cells. They don't have mattresses or pillows right there. They sleep on that iron. They sleep on an iron bed. There is absolutely zero comfort. And you think that's messed up? When they do something out of line, they send them to the dungeon of dungeons. some shit that no one, not even ADX Supermax in Florence, Colorado, can compare. This is crazy. I wanted to show this because this is how I think some kind of reformation of prison needs to take place. Why do you have the recidivism rate at over 70%? Because it's a Disneyland. The homies, hey, let's go to the main line. Hey, keep it solid. That's right, homeboy. All that is a pinchy myth, and all of that is an illusion for you to waste your life, and your loved ones are crying and waiting and dropping tears, and here you are for a fantasy, acting tough. But if they made the pintas in the United States like CECOT, they wouldn't go back. They definitely wouldn't go back. They have group exercises. Look what they're doing. They have a preacher. Okay, this dude's preaching the word right here. Let me go ahead and hear the chat. Hear what it says.
An instructor guy right here, and he is taking them through a workout where they're doing lunges, and they're going to touch their toes for 10 seconds. It's pretty crazy to see all these inmates because they have their tattoos of their MS-13 or Barrio 18 tattoo on their heads, all sorts of tattoos. It used to be a thing of pride to be a gangster here inside El Salvador. However, their pride has been destroyed, and they're being humbled here inside this prison, as they're never going to be able to leave this jail. It honestly is extremely shocking to look these guys in the eyes and see, and you can feel the darkness that is inside of them as they have committed so many crimes that the light of Christ, or whatever you may believe, is gone out of their eyes as they are stripped away from their freedoms, stripped away from any privilege. And it is important to remember that these people will never, ever leave this building right here, and the lights also never shut off. And when these inmates want to go to sleep, they sleep here on these bunk beds that are completely still. And the way these prisoners sleep, they are given one sheet. They don't even receive a pillow, and they don't know if it's night or day because the lights never turn off. These guys were let out of the cell, and you can look at their heads. Their heads are literally plastered to the cement wall, and they're not moving. All these gangsters are afraid of their life, and their freedoms have been stripped from them as they live here inside these cells. And these are the rooms of solitary confinement. If a prisoner were to act up, he'd be sent into one of these rooms here. Here they have their bathroom. They get some water, and the only sort of light they have is this little peephole right up here, and they get absolutely nothing to use to sleep or to rest.
Almost 6 months like that.
Just pure concrete. Now, in case of a riot or ever break out.
All right, that's enough of Nick Shirley, man. I appreciate you, compa. Ay te guacho gavacho, pinche Nick Shirley. I wanted to bring that up because, again, people were like, oh, they're transferring the killers over there, man. They're transferring all the gang bangers, not gang members, okay? Which leads me to my next story, Zoe Osama. Shout out to Zoe Osama. What did he say? Let me see if I can find this. He says something that's funny, man. Let me look up Zoe Osama, and that's going to lead to my next story. We're going to talk about YouTube indictments. Chingado. YouTube indictments. Here, let me see. I think it's... Oh, yeah. Okay. So Zoe Osama said this. He said, hey, ban podcast gang members. Now, the only thing I disagree with is obviously there's a difference between a gang member and a gang banger. A gang member is just, it could be a resident who just bought some Benz and Dickies, got put on, walked the line, did what he had to do, right? And he's a gang member, but ain't doing nothing else. He's going to the parties. He's popping his head in every once in a while for cameo appearances, but he's not a gang banger. The gang bangers are the ones that are out here don't last out here on the streets long because they're catching cases, because they're putting in work, because they're pushing the line. Those are the ones that need to stay off podcasts. Gang members, I would say you can have all the gang members in the world. Most of them are fucking softer than a bag of pan bimbo. Gang members. Gang bangers are the ones that need to be off these podcasts because they're talking about street stuff and street activity that they partake in because they're gang bangers. Okay? That's the one that I disagree that should not be here. Leading me over to the next topic at hand. The YouTube yarda is off the hook, gente. Off the hook. Let's talk about it. All right. So this has been trending. I did a live. I was probably one of the first cabrones to do a live, right? It was an audio live. It wasn't, we weren't in Chicano Street Studio like we are right now. Now we're going to go ahead and break it down a whole lot better, okay? Here it is. Gracias to, we got Hot Wheeler Media. Don't get caught with a Hot Wheeler, man. Shout out to Hot Wheeler Media. This is a story, and let's spend a couple minutes on this thing. I just don't want to break it down a little bit further because a lot of people are doing so much on the internet. I never, let me make myself bigger. I don't want to put it right there, cabron. Oh, here it is. I never thought I'd see this on the internet. There was a couple things I never thought I'd see that I'm just blown away. And I think just because I'm an older head, I'm an unk. The youngsters say an unk is from 40 to 49. And they say an older head is 50 and up. So I'm not an older head yet. I'm an unk. But the youngsters say the game has changed so much. I never thought I'd see certain shit on the internet. The first time I jumped on YouTube, which is already it's about 4 years ago, right? I heard some things on YouTube that I never thought I'd ever hear on the internet, right? And I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. I'm just going to shoot it out straight just because I don't want people guessing. And what is he talking about? The 14 bonds. When I heard that on the internet, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I see this guy talking about it. And I'm like, this guy got a little bit of ink in a tank top. And I'm like, the game has changed, man. The game has changed. Next thing you know, you got two mafia bosses. Who remembers when Michael Francis and Sammy the Bull started arguing on the internet? I never thought in my life I was going to see that. This is another new. This is something else I thought I'd never see on the internet again. Another first has busted the cherry of the internet. And now this is talking about YouTube indictments because people are so much seeking for clout and attention on the internet. They'll tell their crimes for clout. Yeah, they'll tell their crimes for clout. They will tell their war stories, which some of them you better know that there is statute of limitations on certain things, and other things there is no statute of limitation. Like a body, there is no statute of limitation for a body. For what they're talking about right here with the RS, the 6 O's, right? Another thing I never thought I'd see on the internet is a platform like No Jumper. This is unavoidable, gente. This is unavoidable. Let's just keep it the way it is. No Jumper Studio 100% is wiretapped. I'm going to say that again. No Jumper podcasts and videos are getting watched by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, probably the Central Intelligence Agency. And the Gavacho, Adam 22, I think he's in on it. Well, Mikey, what do you got to back that up? This pinche Gavacho, are you kidding me, gente? This No Jumper podcast Gavacho, he's going to be the first one to flip in the back of the cop car because he's a big old snocha. You already seen what happened when people were lightweight getting off in the studio, right? That's when he saw a little bit of action. That's the closest action he's ever had all his life. He's just a BMX biker. So you're telling me that the feds just serviced a RICO act on your host of your podcast and you're doing videos like everything is fine? Yeah. You already know the big Adam 22. Oh, I just give people jobs and let them talk. Bullshit. You are the fucking feds, cabron. You are the feds. That whole place is wiretapped over there. Now, let's go ahead and read the story. Oh, shit. What'd I do? All right. It says, Department of Justice announces arrest in connection with South LA R60s, the gang, right? Department of Justice, they went ahead and they made, matter of fact, I had an audio. Oh, no, that was on the other one, other studio. Okay. Anyways, you guys already know. I'm not going to beat the dead horse. You already know what happened. Big U had to turn himself in. Big U had all his houses hit. Loose Cannon, this guy, and Brick, they're all in federal custody. 4 people under the indictment got transferred from the state prison over to the federal facility. This is some real shit. They are talking about a body on a podcast, saying things on. I'm just completely blown. They're talking about a body. They're talking about embezzlement. They're talking about pimping and pandering. They're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars that were supposed to go to the Los Angeles County gang prevention to give some clutch out of these youngsters. Now, I have a chip on my shoulder for these fake OGs. These are the dudes that, yeah, Holmes and this and that and all the starch and all the white shirts. And you know what I mean, man. I'm just soy Chicano way. You can't take that out of me. You know what I mean? I just posted today high sock activities. Go and trip out on that short. But what I'm saying is one thing is joking around on the internet about it. And the other thing is doing it in real life. These pendejos, you think a child is going to want to hear a pendejo that looks like that? Any kind of clecha? Any kind of knowledge that someone that comes from that? The first thing they'll look at you is like, you haven't even left that life. You haven't done no pinchy 180 on shit. No, I don't think Big U came off like that. But what they're alleging is that it was all just a dream. It was all a fantasy.
An enforcer in order to execute the crimes that are described in the criminal complaint. As part of that, and to get to your question, he also had this charity and held himself out there to be somebody who was committed to reducing gang violence, committed to supporting youth in the city. As part of that, he received grants from government agencies to do that work. And as we describe in the criminal complaint, he used that goodwill to benefit himself. He diverted money from that charity and lined his own pockets with it. And that money was ultimately traced, and that we can show that he used it for personal purposes. So there was an embezzlement angle to this, to the criminal enterprise, where hundreds of thousands of dollars were siphoned off that should have gone to charitable purposes, gang reduction, gang intervention. Instead, he used it for his own purposes, his own criminal enterprise, somebody who was known as an enforcer in order to execute.
Gente, the feds have a 98% conviction rate. I know a lot of people can say conspiracy, it's set up, and I'm not saying the government's never done that. I don't doubt it. You know, back in my day, we would get set up. They'll put a little pinche bolsa de polvo. You know, we go in there to the juvenile. Hey, what happened? Fucking cop put a couple bullets in the back seat. Okay, well, just keep it pushing. Do your 180 days or whatever. And none of us ever ratted or told because we wouldn't even tell on the cops. We had so much code, but it was back then. That's not who I am now. It's civilian shit. But anyways, this is absolutely mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Let's go over to the next clip. Let's see what else he got to say. Keep it going.
Arrested early this morning, but there are still 2 fugitives that they are looking for connected to a notorious gang. We want to bring in investigative reporter Eric Leonard into the conversation.
And Eric joins us with more context on this arrest. So we've been talking about the arrest, and then we're also, Eric, talking about the search for the main leader, Eugene Henley, in this. And what really seemed to bother federal and local law enforcement is that he portrayed himself as somebody who really gave back to the community and would help our at-risk youth. And instead, they say he was embezzling, stealing money, and essentially was acting as if he was Mr. Charity, when in fact, they said he was leading a criminal enterprise that was involved in murder, racketeering, drugs, guns, human trafficking. What's your take?
Oh, my God. What in the world is going on here, man? The people are snitching, man. Who's going to be the first one that's going to flip, man? They're all going to flip. They're all going to flip. I like what Bolo said. Let me see. Go ahead and look up Bolo. I know he said something about this today. I want to bring this up. Let's look at Bolo. Bolo, where you at, cabron? Here you are. Look at what Bolo said today.
To the youngsters out there, it's 2025, homie. Gangster, all that shit, then play the fuck out. If you ain't gangster already, homie, you'll never be gangster. Because the niggas that you finna try to get your stripes with, gonna tell on you, for sure. Ain't nobody finna do 5, 10, 15 years, no more. Trust me. Just look at the internet and look at these so-called gangsters on the internet telling everybody's story, just talking about people, just telling everybody business. You know what I'm saying? Up north, most definitely would have got DP'd already, would have got lined up in the hood on Crip. I mean, I don't know what's going on, man, but y'all niggas need to check that shit. But trying to be a gangster right now, that shit dead and gone, homie. You ain't gonna get no stripes. You ain't gonna even get no respect from the OGs. You know what I'm saying? So y'all niggas better go get a job. Niggas start working on something, nigga. Start doing something.
Shout out to Sibo, man. One of my favorite rappers right there. They're telling, man, ain't no one going to do 5, 10, 15 years because they know how fucked up things are now, man. The diet is messed up. The whole program, not that it was ever a time that it was cool, but there was a time that, well, the people when the people tell the war stories, they never tell current war stories. They always go back to the past, right? But another thing that was interesting that he said was, if that were to happen up north, that's what he said. He said, if that were to happen up north, there would have been a DP already. You know, a lot of people have heard the videos, right? North and South. And you know what I'm talking about, alluding to the Chicano thing, the North and South, the red and blue. And there's two separate factions and all that stuff. It's all demographics to me. Is unity of the raza, red and blue make green. And this is what we should be proud of right here, being Mexicano and being Chicano, right? But move out Bolo. Yeah, I said the same thing too. When I started seeing these northern Chicanos start doing a podcast, I said it was a bad idea. I said that's a very bad idea. And I'm not talking about the pinchy dropouts or PCs or none of that shit, which I don't give a fuck about. That's all gang shit. I'm talking about the ones that say they're pushing a line. When I said that, I said, wait a second, you're going to get in front of the camera. Well, all you got to do is you have to talk. We did it. Now, I like what Corco said right there. He said it's noticeable that the people from up north that went on no jumper pleaded the fifth on a lot of questions. Because the cabron sounds like the feds. Let me see what let's bring him up, because this is what I'm talking about, how this cabron is lying through his teeth. We know he's the feds. And this is what he's got to say. Watch this. It says, Adam 22 debunks rumors that he is cooperating with the feds following Brick Baby and Loose Cannon's arrest. No, what he's going to do is work out some kind of deal where he's going to say, I will cooperate and assist. Because, come on, gente. They put this pinche gabacho pendejo, they put him under the hot, bright lights at the police station. What do you think he's going to do? He's going to sing. He's going to sing like the opera because he's a big old snocha. He's the first one that's going to go down and tell. He's the first one. So you can't tell me that he's going to come off, oh, he's cool. Now, there's indictments with hosts linked to his podcast, and he's acting cool about it. People that act cool about things might be the feds.
Video where a certain somebody said that they think that I'm a cooperator, that I'm a witness in this whole indictment. I just want to clarify. If the feds hit me up, I'm going to sit with the feds. I'm going to have a conversation with them. Want to know why? Because I don't know shit. Like, number one, what the hell do I know about Big U? I barely spent time around Big U. I interviewed him.
No. We don't want to hear the rest of the wordplay. That's all wordplay. Did you hear what he said? I'm going to have a conversation with them, gente. They snatch this dude up and throw him in the police station interrogation room. He's not going to cooperate? I'll hold. What, you think this dude got balls of steel? He's harder than the motherfuckers that he interviews? This guy's the feds, man. This guy is absolutely working with the feds. All he's going to do is work out some kind of agreement, some kind of immunity, keep his name off paperwork. If he gets 2 or 3 things, this guy is telling everything he knows. I don't want to hear. He's talking to the internet. When someone talks to the internet, that's the first fucking thing I'm going to doubt. Wait a second. Why talk to the internet? Why are you talking on the internet? Come on, gente. These YouTube indictments are just the beginning, man. Are just the beginning. Now, Hater World said something funny, man. Hater World, he put up a thumbnail, man, pinche way. He put up a thumbnail. He said, I thought it was the Southsiders that do all the telling. There's no way this Vavoso is not telling. His studio is bugged. It's the feds. Where do we go from here now? That's what we got to talk about. Where do we go from here? Well, first off, the streets should handle their business. If there's ever a podcast that comes to light that is working for the motherfucking feds and taking fathers, and I know they're pendejos, you know, they're telling on themselves, but is doing damage to people, all for likes, all for views, all for hearts. I don't get that, man. But it's just the beginning, man. Who's going to tell? They're all going to tell. Everyone is telling. Everyone is telling, right? Now, I don't know much about the federal system at all. I don't know nada. One time I got caught with a laser on a cohete and they wanted to give me a federal charge for the pinchy laser. But since they hit me with the gang enhancement, they're like, shit, we got him on this. That's way more than a little fucking 32-month laser thing. And they ran it concurrent. They used to do some crazy shit in the 90s. They used to strike the strike and I don't know what. I used to always get a lawyer. But anyways, they understand. I don't understand the legal shit. I don't know nothing about the federal thing. But if he's facing up to 20 years and the feds have a 98% conversion rate, what does that tell you? Anyone that sings, it's going to come out. Anyone that tells, it's going to come out. They already got the docket. I think who's the one that put up the docket? Was it was Whack. Whack already put up the paperwork. Oh, this is great. There's websites now where you can go get people's paperwork, man. This is a trip, man. Triple OG told me about it one time. He told me about it one time. Shout out to Triple OG who runs the YouTube Yarda, along with General Chemo. Shout out to EBK family and everyone. You already know what it is. Look at the paperwork. Closing the situation out, I spoke on it, so I had to show the proof. I've told you guys for 18 months. Is it not? Oh, it's not big enough. I told you guys for 18 months, Brick Baby caught a Fed AK-47 case in June 23. Now, here's something suspicious. I don't know. I mean, someone can tell me, yeah, times have changed. Okay, times have changed. But if you're a gang banger, you got a tail. You got a jacket. You got priors. You're a habitual offender, right? All this shit. They make us do DNA swabs and shit. They make us register DNA. When you get released, wow, last time I was on high control. When you get released on high control, they'd have to swab you, DNA you, take blood, all of that shit. What I'm saying is that if you had all that on your jacket and you got busted with an AK-47 last year and you're out, how does that work? But anyways, he's denied it every time I've said it. Kids, teens do not follow the ways. I love this message. I love this message. Kids, teens, do not follow the ways of the streets. These people, I'm talking the fake cholos, all the fake fucking tough guys on the internet that think they're tough, think they're clechad up, think they're the calles and this and that, and with their fucking half a brain cell that they got left because they sniffed too much Dutch boy gold and did too much carga and smoked too much sherm. They want to talk to you about how to live your life and politics and all this other shit, which doesn't make sense to me. But these people mislead you like this life is fun. Choose school, trade school, military, police academy, something else, but these streets. Not like these fake babosos on the internet that are still dressed like they're teenagers. Rap music, podcast is all entertainment. It's nothing to follow. Do the right thing. Them streets is a myth. So here's the paperwork right here. I'm not going to read it, but it just names everybody. Go ahead and read. Oh, my gosh. Look at all these indictments. Look at all these crimes. An AK-47. Ooh, oh, this is Brick Baby's paperwork. Okay. He is he implicating Baby's telling? I don't know none of these babosos. No disrespect. I don't know them. We could talk about it. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. I never seen someone get caught with an AK-47 and he's still out on the streets. The people are telling. They're telling on themselves. The streets is like fantasy football, man. The shit ain't real, man. Let's see what else we got. I know there was something else on that. Where was it at? I know there was something else I wanted to show on that before we move on. No? Okay, let's move on then. All right, let's move on. Let me go ahead and get some comments now, though. Daniel Gonzalez says, the white boy is going to flip.
What's your name? You know, hey, where you from? La Primera, Islos. You talk like a fucking Chicano, man.
He's not going to flip. He's already flipped. Before they went ahead and did busts on them, they went ahead and snatched him up in the middle of the night and interrogated him and tell him, you're working for us or you're never seeing the light of day. What do you think that baboso's going to say when they tell him something like that? You're working for us or you're never seeing the light of day again. What do you think he's going to do? Mom, help. Ama, help me. Pinche vato chillón, right? All right, let's keep it moving. Let's get to Rolling Loud, man. I want to talk about Rolling Loud. Let's talk about Rolling Loud. Where is it? Here it is. So this is two things happen at Rolling Loud that I want to talk about, and it's not going to be long, and it's talking about Chicano rappers. If they're Chicano, I don't know. I told you guys I want to start checking DNA because these cabrones, they have funky last names like Holiday and Vaughn and Scott. And people still call them Chicanos, but you know, you guys could do what you guys want, right? It's a free country. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. So this happened at Rolling Loud. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I also want to get to Rowdy Racks. This happened at Rolling Loud. It looked like Lefty Gunplay got snatched up, and you know the internet was going for him. I don't hate the individual. I actually got nothing but love for the individual. I actually want everybody to win. Because if you don't know this, there's a law, you know what I mean? It's a universal law of God that it is, you know, what you wish on someone else, you better be careful because you're pointing one finger and three right back at you, right? So I want him to succeed. I don't want anything to become of him other than a complete success, but he's living the fast life and he's going to have to learn. And is he going to crash out? Absolutely, he's going to crash out. I believe Lefty Gunplay is going to go away for 3, 4, 5 years, come back, and it's going to be the same cycle. He's going to have bad people around him that are telling him, yeah, you're the man, and don't change shit, and just keep on doing what you're doing, transporting yayo up the man wallet inside of a Texas facility and doing what he's doing, right? But tell me this. He's got an open case in Texas, right? Open case in Texas for contraband. Possession, and then he's got possession in an institution. Texas don't play. Boom, he's out on bail over there. Okay. Then he comes back to California. Okay. And then he goes up to another concert. Boom, he gets snatched up. Everyone's showing the rap sheet on the internet, and they're saying $500,000 is what they need to bond him out. And one day he spends in jail, a day in jail, 1 day in jail. And, you know, people are like acting like he was gone for a year, but it was actually a day. Like, oh, let's run to the jail. He got out after 1 day. Oh, man. You know, I'm not hating on the guy, but that's how the internet makes it seem. Oh, my gosh. He had a day in jail, right? And he's out again on bond for another felony. OTR Records is the one that got him out. So shout out to OTR. I mean, if there's a record label that puts up money to bond you out, and it's at least going to be 10%. So we're talking about at least, what, 50? They're putting up at least 50K. Of course, they're taking that 50K out of Lefty's wallet. Let's keep that a buck. Come on, gente. They're not, that 50K is not out of their profit margin. No. That 50K that they bonded Lefty out is out of his wallet, his purse. Let's just keep that a buck. And then it didn't sound like they were doing too good, because then it came out with this little article right here, and they said they dropped new merch to cover the $50,000, again, I think it was $50,000 bail he just posted. Hope the fans can make up for it. The bag has been a little iffy lately. The reality of the situation is the feds have their eyes on him. I really don't know why. I mean, I've said this time and time again. He can't rap. He can't rap for shit. I got a lot of youngsters right here in the 831 undiscovered talent. They'll run laps around him, bar for bar. Bar for bar. That's why LA Icon told him, Lefty, don't write lyric. Don't freestyle anymore. Please. LA Icon told him, don't freestyle anymore. He can't rap for shit. This just goes to show that, you know, the marketing machine can get behind a person, and whether he sounds like shit, they'll push him. Again, you can call him Chicano even though he's a Gabacho. I don't care. I'm over all that shit right there. It doesn't matter, man. But I thought that I wanted to mention that their eyes are on him, and he's going to crash, man, because ain't no one around him giving him no information, no solid clecha, man. Hey, you know what? Do this. Don't do that. Hey, don't ride with that cuete, man. You need to have a security guard. You get paid enough. You don't have no L's. Don't fucking drive that car. Get someone else to drive that car. But what is he going to do with his fucking, his little silver teeth? Like a chimuelito, little niño. I'm Lefty Gunfight, cuz. But anyway, let's move on. I wanted to bring up this, actually, which was something else that happened at Rolling Loud. Here we go. I think we're going to bring in, who are we going to bring in? We're going to bring in, I thought it was Ellie. I know I found it. All right. So this one was a little interesting. This comes out of, is it the right one? Hold on. Is it? Florida Fools. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Oh, okay, I was like, why the hell? I see LA Icon, but I don't see the thumbnail. Okay, so I got to click like this. Here we go.
Me about rapping in front of, what was that, like 10,000 people?
Oh, shit was dope, homie. Like, mind you, I was only out for about 4 days.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah, so it was like, I'm home, you know, I'm in my mode. I got energy. I got the Lord in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't nothing that can stop me or get in my way, homie. So I'm going to get up on that stage. I'm going to rock out. Excuse my language.
Do you? We all know that you have great moves. I compared you to Chris Brown and Michael Jackson today.
I was actually compared to Mick Jagger and Usher.
Who said Mick Jagger? Was it Compa Raider?
I don't know, but
was it Haters World? One of those wonderful gentlemen said something like that.
The moves like Jagger.
Fast forward this.
Crazy.
You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was. As soon as I heard that beat, homies, bad, better fuck it up, cold, mama, You came to get this, I ain't giving no hug. Joint, I am not no scrub. That's my little homie Drex. He be turning me up with his little nasty music.
Hold on.
What does it take for someone to have such great moves on stage?
Confidence, Dad. You know, you have to be confident in yourself. You can't care about what other people are gonna say.
And if you wouldn't have said that, I was going to exactly say your showcase / performance on the Rolling Loud stage is a prime example of someone who's 100% comfortable with themselves and not gives a about a single person.
I do not. I give no
Here we go.
For free.
Here's Here's
Crazy.
You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was. As soon as I heard that beat, that's all I'm saying though. Like another thing, this girl, what's her name?
Uh-oh.
Pink, homie. You ain't from that area. What are you from, girl? Don't even speak up on me, homie. I'm from Puente, homie. Straight up. Don't speak up on me before I had the homegirls pack you out.
I'm not even gonna ask why you're saying that right now.
That's all I'm saying though.
That's intense.
Before I had my little homegirls pack you. I'm a real super homie. I really, if I get busted today and go to prison, I'm gonna be on a GP yard when I parole, homie. I promise that. So don't even speak up on me, nigga. Or if you do, say it to my face. Homies. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
What other features do you?
All right. So, anyways, long story short, basically, Miss Lady Pinks, she had something to say about his performance, which let's go ahead and show a lot of people, you know, in their. I want them to say it. I don't want me to say it. I want them to say it. Here's the comment right here. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Oh, it was already up. My bad. So look at the comment. Pinky Rose commented, and this is the hater world, so let's give credit where credit is due. This is his clip right here. It says, "Okay, Blue, you starting acting happy too. You're fired." Laugh out loud. What you mean, cholos amargados? You mean they acting like real men, not como changuitos? I don't know. It's cool when they got moves and charisma, but estos se pasan de verga and don't sit well to a vallera like me, but that's just me. Criticizing Rowdy Rax for the way he was dancing, and I think Pinks she's from the old school, right? She's from the old school. She's from the 90s. She sees things a little bit different, right? A little bit different. Now, was something curious that happened today was Pinks posted a video clowning on Chitorranas. I had that, and now it says the post is unavailable. Chitorranas did a video where he's crying in the camera and, "Oh, you guys showing me fake love and y'all don't love me. I'm going to end up dead. They want to arrest me." I think a lot of people on the internet have daddy issues, man. Daddy issues. When you have daddy issues, it's very noticeable because you'll run to the internet like something that you want to comfort you instead of using your head and thinking, "I'm just telling people my business. I shouldn't be airing out my business, talking about what I do," or like that pendejo, the tattoo artist that got a child pregnant, talking about his kids for 3 videos. And then he wants to tell you how to raise your kids. But I'll hold. I want to see what the people have to say. Because Pinks was saying, hey, there's a estilo that's ours and there's a estilo that's not. I said this from the beginning when I started seeing Chicanos put diamonds in their teeth. I said this. I said, well, to the youngsters. And now in Salinas, the youngsters are very much, they still stick to the Chicano mold, the Chicano model. Okay. They don't change. The youngsters, they still got bands, white shirts, and don't say the N-word, right? It's probably because of the environment. You know, people grew up in different environments where they were fucking talking shit all the time to their fellas. Hey, what's up? Fucking da-da-da-da-da-da. I could tell because when they get around those fellas, the same people, they still do the same shit. They want to play grab ass. And, hey, that fucking da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They call that talking shit. Here, where I grew up, it was a different environment. It was way too serious. You couldn't joke. You couldn't really laugh too much. It was just too serious. And it just is what it is. I'm not saying that, you think you're better. No. I'm just telling you the reality, man. You just couldn't do certain shit. So you couldn't do certain things, right? But I get where Pinks is coming from. I said when Chicanos say the N-word, I'm against that. 100%. First off, that's a disrespectful, offensive word. You want to kick off a pinche rayeta? Say the N-word in certain environments, right? I'm against that. Another thing is when they're getting their teeth all gold, all silver, and I don't care if it's a pinche, if it's a car, every single tooth costs the cost of a car. I don't give a shit. That's just not part of our culture, right? There's things that are individual to each culture. We speak Spanish, right? We eat Mexican food. We love Mexican food. Other motherfuckers can cook tacos too. But is the taco their culture? No. It's our culture, right? I've always said this from the beginning. I say rap, Chicanos, Mexicans, whatever you want to call it. We're visitors in the rap game, gente. The rap game is not ours, man. You just see me play a kid from Bolo, Sibo. He's one of my top 3 favorite rappers. Too Short is number 1. Probably Sibo is right behind Too Short as my favorite rappers ever. Tupac's up there, gente, but I mean, to me, Tupac, yeah, you know, the music is great. The music is great, but he wasn't from the streets, gente. Tupac wasn't from the streets. Tupac was from the East Coast. And then from the East Coast, he moved over to Richmond. And then from the Richmond, he would go back to the East Coast. And then eventually, Suge Knight bailed him out because in some of the states, they have bail, or even if you get sentenced to 32 months or something like that, people can still bail you out. That's what they did to him. Bailed him out, and all of a sudden, he's in L.A. And now he's in L.A. for one of the first times, and he's doing this in all our faces, and we want to think he's solid from West Coast California. No, he's not. No, he's not. But anyways, I don't want to get people upset. So one thing is hey, just rapping, okay, he's having fun. I'm not mad that he's having fun. You want to call him zesty because he's sticking out his tongue like Manolo. Remember in the movie Scarface? This is what you got to do to chicks in the United States. And he sticks out his pinchy tongue, and remember Scarface says, hey, it's coming on a pinchy lizard. Put that away, right? I'm not even tripping on that, man. That's new school stuff. That's new school stuff. What else is new school stuff? Is this snitching on the internet? That's new school stuff. What else is new school stuff? Mexicans not acting Mexican. That's new school stuff. También. Mexicans having gold, silver teeth. Well, that's new school stuff too. I'm not used to it. But again, the youngsters where I'm at, they don't play that. They don't play that. I'm proud that they still have pride inside of them. But let's see what does the hater world have to say.
So if he's solid around his people, his homies he came up with, why is everybody trying to bash him for the way that he's dancing? Dog, if that was Tupac, you fools would be on your knees. Let the homie enjoy it. Let him do what he do. Man. I bet you if you run up on him and you tell him that he's fruity, he's going to draw down on you.
No, that's fine. That's fine, right? Anyone can give their life away and catch a life sentence. It's not hard to catch a body. Okay, real tough talk to Calmate hater world. That's more new school shit, right? That's the internet, right? You know what? The hater world does have some old school features about him, right? He doesn't want to talk about his neighborhood, the streets on the internet. I respect that. The only thing he does that I still don't know how he's getting away with it, and I'm talking about the hater world, is I don't understand how he's getting away with calling himself Double S Reactions, and at the same time, he's bringing up nothing but PCs, dropouts, what people call in the gang world. If you don't know about the gang world, then you don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, but it doesn't amount to a hill of beans because it ain't going to pay your bills, I'll tell you that. But anyways, and then he talks about them. He brings them up. He talks about them in their videos. It's kind of like American Cholo. I always knew that he couldn't get certain channels out of his mouth, but I didn't understand why. And I'm like, bro, you're supposed to be on the field, one of the players of the game. And these people that can't even go back to their own cities and communities, that's what you say, not what I say. That's what you say, are not even on the field playing the game. They're actually on the bleachers watching the fucking game and watching the players. So why do you even care about them? So that's the only thing that I don't know how he gets away with. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you're the king of the South. Well, I mean, he doesn't call himself that, but his channel and the way he comes off and stuff like that. But then again, I don't know. That's Chicano Street TV stuff. But I don't have no problem with how he's dancing, but Pinky did. I'll tell you that. So shout out to her. Let's move on, gente. Let me get to the comments. Miss Gangsta Piggy says a whole lost generation. Damn, man. I know, amiga. I know. It's just everyone just grew up in different times, man. Some people came up in the 80s, like Tony A. Tony A is from the 80s, right? His high school was in the 80s, right? He went to high school in the 80s, right? I went to high school in the 90s. So I don't know. It's a different generation, different things, right? Corcodor Security says there's a future 2-5er right there. Yeah, it's new school stuff, Corco. Don't trip on that, bro. Oh, if I go over there, I'm going to a fucking GP mainline. The 75% of the yards are integrated now. 75% of the yards are PC now. And I don't know about that term SNY. I never heard that fucking shit. I'm like, you either told on someone and the weirdos go with the people that tell, but this SNY stuff is a trip, man. I'm glad I retired when I did, right? Yeah, future. I don't want to put that jacket on them, but I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that are usually the ones that don't do it, right? Are usually the ones that don't do it, right? I mean, you had people ride it out and go out on their shield, like Money Sign Suede. Money Sign Suede, he wasn't going to be extorted. You don't think they'll extort the shit out of Rowdy Racks? Huh, mijo, what did mom get us this month? Shit, that's what they'll be telling him. He's bigger than that? Shh, I doubt it. I doubt it. All right, let's move on, man. Let's move on. We're almost going to wrap things up. Let me see. Talk some politics. What was next that came across my feed, gente? No, it was something else. Where is it? Here we go. Here we go. Another ICE arrest that leads to gaslighting. It leads to, fueling the ICE, the further hate that they get, ICE, because they do end up arresting anyone that basically doesn't have papers. They could have been here 20, 30 years, which I'm an advocate for. I'm not an advocate for a lot of things, okay? I'm careful in what I say because it's true. I'm not an advocate for a lot of things. There's not a lot of issues that are going to make me lose sleep. Well, none make me lose sleep at all, especially the internet. You know what I mean? Forget about it. But I am an advocate for immigration reform, for making a gateway to DACA recipients that have been here 20, 30 years for them to get their citizenship. Just amnesty, DACA, boom. Fix them. That's all you got to do. People that have proven that they want to be here in this country and not commit crimes, then they're no threats. And they're taxpayers and have no issues with that. The government shouldn't have any issue with that. Then fix the problem, right? But there are some bad guys, and we don't know the whole story. I'm going to play this clip. I don't know the whole story. Do we know what this guy was getting arrested for? No. But what tugs on our heartstrings and makes us, get emotional about it is the scene itself and seeing people emotional, saying, hey, déjalo, hey, mi papá, hey. I get it, man. I get it. Let's watch it.
Hey, what happened? ¿Por qué lo están arrestando? Why you guys arresting him? What do you do?
No trae papeles que me digan. Show me proof. Where's the proof?
La chancla, pásame la chancla, por favor. La chancla, pásame.
Hey, why you guys holding him like that, man?
Show me proof.
Why you guys taking him?
Show me proof of what you guys.
Hey, do you guys have a warrant to even be in here?
You want to get arrested too?
No, I just want you
back
to
up and let me do my
I want you to show me proof.
You're not a lawyer. I'm not doing that.
I want you to show me
¿Por qué lo está arrestando?
Do you want your go to CPS?
Tiene que probarlo.
Why are you threatening her like that, man?
No, you don't.
Hey, don't push her.
Hey, don't push it. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Hey, ¿qué está haciendo? No. ¿Qué está haciendo?
Oh shit! Right there, you could escape. Oh no, the who does it?
Ay, pinche madre.
Oh, the president again.
Hey, what happened?
All right, so this is another emotional fucking scene. I mean, I'm not saying these are easy to watch. They're not easy to watch. Like the dude sitting on the roof for 6 hours. I mean, I don't want that. I hate that, man. I mean, I don't know if he was waiting 6 hours and he has a couple kids at home and he's the only breadwinner. I don't know, man. A lot of people see this one way, right? Over here, this is Chicano Street, right? Over here, we love both of these patrias that are going on right here, man. So we're Mexican and we're American. Both of those are in our pinchy blood, right? We love the countries, right? So I don't hesitate in expressing exactly how I feel. These situations are messed up, man. They do tug on my heartstrings as well. One thing I do want to say is we don't know why the dude's getting arrested. It's just putting it all out there. However you see it, right? You could be like, fuck ICE, and I drink warm horchata because fuck ICE. I get all that, right? But we don't know what it is, man. Just like we didn't know with Citlatli's brother, how they raided his house. We don't know what they were going over there for. We don't know what the brother did. We don't know if the brother left someone half dead in the middle of the street. We don't know, or we don't know if his only crime was he didn't have papers. This is highly unlikely that his only crime, this gentleman, was that he didn't have papers because they knew who he was. They got him in a pinchy Walmart parking lot and they knew who they were arresting. So I'm under the assumption he had a removal order. Again, right or wrong, I leave that to the Raza's court. I leave that up to you, what you say, right? And this guy is basically just, hey, don't close the door. Well, I mean, come on, she's jumping in there. I mean, what are you going to take? Don't close the door on her. Well, cabron, she's stopping the door from closing. Don't close the door on her. Well, I mean, but anyways, I get it. This is another one. The people that are proponents for abolish ICE, look at these cases and look at these videos and share them right away because it's something that it's gonna further prove their point. And then you got the opposite: deport them all, build the wall, and all that other shit. I have like an objective middle ground somewhere in between where I would love for immigration to get the same money that we were sending in pallets. We were sending hundreds of billions of dollars to other countries, and the people that their political party wants to keep sending hundreds of billions of dollars to their friends around the world while the U.S. economy keeps tanking. I mean, you just must hate the fucking country and want it to burn up in flames if that's what you want. It don't make sense to me, but it is what it is. That's what those people want. So I'm kind of like in the middle. It sucks, but we can get that money to fix a broken system, man. Yes, we can. Si se puede, gente. We could do that. Si se puede. Those are my last thoughts on that, man. Let's keep it moving. I ain't trying to gaslight it. Well. We got another Cinderella right here. I know. Okay, got you. I'm just clowning around. Again, Chicanos, we got papers. It's easy for us to say, right? I mean, we have papers. You know what I mean? We're born here. It's easy for us to say. And someone could tell me, Mikey, you won't know how it's like to be in their shoes. I would know how it's like to be in their shoes. I know how it is to be on the run, listening to a scanner every night. I couldn't go home when I was on the run. If I went home like Citlatli's brother, I knew the house was going to get hit. I knew it was under surveillance for the shit that I was doing. They're hitting other pads looking for me. People are telling me they hit my pad looking for you and shit. So I know what it is to be on the run, to have that kind of fugitive. Oh, man, it's uneasy. But let's talk about Cinderella. Hey, Cinderella, go and find yourself another fella. Photo going viral after ICE arrests undocumented migrant for traficando drogas and coming back in the United States. So basically, here it is. The U.S. Marshals Service, the ATF, arrested Virginia Basorra Gonzalez, a 36-year-old citizen of the Dominican Republic in Philadelphia during a joint operation March 12th. Basorra Gonzalez has prior convictions for attempted possession with intent to distribute pingas, pastillas. These are lethal pastillas. Your kid takes one of these pastillas, you're planning a funeral. Okay? And aiding and abetting. She was previously removed from the U.S. and then re-entered the country without permission by immigration officials. So she went and came during the open border. And you know what? The people that are for open borders could be like, Mikey, you're talking about we gaslight shit when we talk about ICE and isolated cases. You're gaslighting the same thing too. You're talking about an open border. Not everyone that comes across the border. Well, yeah, I understand that. But if there was some kind of immigration process where we could vet these cabrones, we'd have less issues like this. I don't know if the drogas this Cinderella is pushing led to hundreds of deaths. Do you know that? I don't know that for certain. She's crying, mírala. She's crying because she got busted and she's heading back, I guess, to her country or at least to a ICE detention center, but I don't know, gente. Let's go ahead and get the last comments into the night, you guys. I'm tired, man. I need to get something to eat and I need to tap in con mis perros, see what they're doing. Lil Jefe 1, that's right, cabrón. I appreciate you. The people need paperwork, info on you know what? They don't even let them carry their 128 Gs no more. That's what I'm saying. So Rowdy Rax, I'm gonna go to GP and all that. Well, good for you. But guess what, Rowdy Rax? The people that I know that really were about that life, they got 4-year sentences and they've never been home. I'm just gonna state the obvious. If you were really gonna go all the way, you would have gone all the way already. So if you're going to do the entertainment thing, do the entertainment thing 100%. I keep saying this on this channel. I'm going to just be blue in the face and keep saying this. You cannot mix business with the streets. You can't. Once you mix business with the streets, it's all bad. Rowdy Rax is going to get that ass extorted. Watch. And then, then you won't PC up? What are you going to do? Sell extract every time? Okay. What are you going to do? Take off on administration? Okay. You're just adding 115s, right? A1. They're A1 offenses. They'll throw a DA referral on you. Catch 5 years? How about that? How about catch another 10 years? Are you really that guy, Rowdy Rax? Are you really that guy? You're really going to go all the way like that? We'll see. All right. Robert Lucero says, Trump's giving me brain chips. Órale. That's right, cabrón. At least you take it lighthearted way. Some fucking people fucking just hear the word Trump and their blood starts boiling. They turn like tomatoes red and they look like this. You know, they end up looking like this. You know what I mean? Like they're holding their breath like a pinchy balloon. You know what I mean? At least you're lighthearted about it, man. I am too, man, because shit. Who you vote for doesn't make you a piece of shit. Your heart, that's what makes you a piece of shit. Don't get that twisted. People started unfriending people on who they voted for. Get the fuck out of here then. I didn't want you to even follow me anyways. What are you talking about? You didn't give a shit anyways. If presidents were allowed to have 10 terms and 43 and 44 still would have been the president on his like 5th term right now, none of you would give a shit. No one would give a shit. Man, let me get into a little bit of politics. Now we're talking politics. Why not? Before I wrap this up, man. This is crazy, man. I'm like, how does this make sense, man? The same party that tried to mandate everyone buy an electric vehicle now. Everyone needs to have one. Thank you, Elon. I appreciate you, cabron. Keep making those electric vehicles. The same party now hates electric vehicles and wants to firebomb them. This is why that party lost the last election. And my prediction is it's going to be another red wave in 2028. I mean, why? If people have more money, there's less unemployment. There's more money. Investors are investing. Prices of gas is fucking $2. Prices of egg is $2. There's all kinds of jobs. Right now, there's more job seekers than there is jobs. But if it turns into a job market, for every position you look at, you'll have 50 jobs open for your qualifications. People want that. That's what people want. That's what leads to happiness, right? But again, the reason they lost is they flip on everything. They done flipped on everything. Let me see if I could bring up. I don't want to do that. Let me see. Where is it at? Just want to bring up a couple things people have been sending me. People have been flipping on. This is one that was pretty funny right here. Let's bring up this chick right here. Elizabeth Barco. I don't know. Someone sent this to me. You guys are crazy. You guys send me this in the inbox. It says, so far, we've gotten the left Democratic Party to defend Hamas. If there's a leader in Hamas that has killed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, don't deport him. Keep him. We want him here. Don't deport anyone. That's happening. Number 2, the gang members that went to CECOT we talked about, don't deport them. It's racist. Don't deport. Bring them to my house. All the MS-13 pendejos. Bring them to my house. No disrespect. Boys seeing naked girls at school. Men beating up women for sport. No prison for attempted murder. They voted 0 votes for the Lake and Riley Act that requires mandatory arrest, sentencing, carry out justice, and then deportation for anyone that unalives an American. And all 215 Democrats said no. Don't arrest them. I don't care if he killed my daughter. Don't arrest him. I don't care if he killed my wife. Don't arrest him. I'm blue. Don't arrest him. It's crazy, man. I did a live the other day about why I got one pendejo. He's been trying to get on my bumper, all for politics. All for politics? Huh. Politics have blinded a lot of people. But again, when you look at these old babosos, with wife beaters on the internet, take it with a grain of salt, right? And setting fire to electrical cars. Wait a second. I thought it was the Green New Deal. I thought it was everything green. I'll hold. Anyways, all right. That's the last of politics. So maybe I should bring up something else. Maybe Uncle Trump did something. Let me see. What did he do? Is there something there? I thought I saw his thumbnail somewhere. Oh, no, that was with the Jenny 6ix9ine thing. Was it? Yeah, that was Jenny 6ix9ine. Oh, this is what I was talking about. This is what they got mad about. ISIS leader. Oh, they shouldn't have done that again. Oh, the way you see things, it could be red or blue. It don't matter. It could be red or blue. I'm not just saying blue. It could be red or blue. The way you see things, don't let it get so far inside your heart that you lose basic human decency. They killed the leader of ISIS. Today, the fugitive leader of ISIS in Iraq was killed. He was relentlessly hunted down by our intrepid warfighters. His miserable life was terminated, along with another member of ISIS, in coordination with the Iraqi government and the Kurdish regional government. Peace through strength. Peace through strength. That's one way of ruling. Peace through strength. Other people say, no, they'll stop it. Just hug them and leave them alone. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and wrap this one up, man. Live on Chicano Tube. I appreciate all the beautiful linda raza. Here we go. Si Se Puede podcast is in the casa, and he says the vice president will be the next president of Term Facts. JD Vance, I'm not exactly certain about that, cabron. He could do great. He could do great, accomplishments during his vice presidency, but does he have that charisma? I know he's intelligent, but you got to have more than that way. If you look at all the presidents, they've had something, right? Well, except La 46, right? He was the paper ballot president. The reason they did the jab was to shut the whole thing down. So for the first time in U.S. history, you would have to fill a mail-in and mail it in. Everyone knows that's what happened. Everyone knows that they were boarding up election sites, and some people are okay with that. They're okay with the government being corrupt as long as the person that they wanted got in. To me, what's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. I don't give a shit. I voted for Trump already 3 times. But if I see Trump do some fucked up shit, weirdo shit, or something that push something that isn't right, I'm on his ass. I'm on his bumper. I'm telling the raza about it in a split second. So don't get that twisted. Not for a second, right? But I don't think it's going to be him because I don't think he's charismatic enough. What about Ivanka? People want a woman president. How about Ivanka? Anyways. Narlivatos in the casa, that's right. Robert Lucero says, I drive a diesel. That's right, cabron. Diesel gas, is that expensive or more or less? I forget if diesel is more or less, but my bad. The Fed already said expect stagnation. All 20. Yeah, exactly. It's like the mortgage rates barely have gone down like 0.5%. It might take a whole year for mortgage rates to even get to the 5%. But it's crazy because the raza don't give a shit about financing a used car, 17% interest. Some of these car dealerships rip the raza off. Tu cheque es tu crédito. That's what they say. And guess what they do? 25% interest. But the raza doesn't even understand the math. And next thing you know, as long as it's the payment I want. That's what the raza says, right? But we don't care about signing for a 25% interest on a car, but we start tripping on 6% interest for a house. Come on, cut that out, man. All right, last parties. Libertarian Party, the yellow wave. Orale. That's right, cabrón. Hey, that's Norby's right there, man. Norby's is in the Libertarian Party, man. Norby's, cabrón. What are you doing over there, cabrón? I got hella homies that work Tesla factories, technicians, management, and engineers. I'm just saying it's an honest job, man. I have so much respect for anyone that does honest work, man. I'm not above anyone, man. One thing that my mom's rest in peace, taught me is tener modo. And part of modo is humillación. People laugh now on the internet. The internet's about high-siding, being cool, designer clothes. I got money. I got this. You had this one pendejo or orejas de satélite. This guy, low class dude, right? First of all, OGs don't call themselves OGs. They never have and they never will. But I don't know. You must have missed that day in school. Another thing is like, oh, I got 2 properties. Pendejo, my kids have more properties than you. But it's not about coming on this internet and high-siding, because the last shall be first and the first shall be last in the day of the Lord. Don't forget that. Don't ever forget that for a second, all right? The golden shower. Chinga. What the? Oh, they're talking about golden showers in Russia, right? And all that. How about $80 billion for an investigation? Golden showers in Russia. $80 billion of our taxpayer money, and this shit wasn't true. No one's saying anything about that. Not one single thing about that, right? But it is what it is, right? The pendejos in the bay need to see the line go red on the next gubernatorial election. Yeah, they got deep, deep roots, man. But you know what? 10 count. Statistically speaking, all 50 states saw an increase in red voting. All 50. California had 10 counties out of 58. 10 more turn red. It's not about red or blue. It's about who's going to help the people, man. I've been saying this since day one. Who's going to help the people? That's what I care about. F your feelings. Or, oh, I want it to be the first woman. Well, that'd be great. Well, I want it to be the first Chino. That'd be great. I want it to be, who's going to help the people, man? But that you start seeing them start going after and going after and going after, and you're like, wait a second, what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong, baboso. On this channel, we're going to have morals, and on this channel, we're going to have principles, period. Not red or blue, it's not Crips or Bloods, it's not gang banging. Come on, get over that. Electoral College selects the president. Cali is still blue. Yeah, it is. It's still blue. You know, Kamala might be running for the governor. You know what I mean? Her word salads are a trip, man. We've got to unburden what has been burdened. That was in every single speech that she said. Not just that, people know that she climbed the ladder on her knees. The Democrats have a rally and Alex and Bernie. That's right, man. It just is what it is, man. It's like RFK, the health director now, the most important medical health director in the country now. He grew up in the Democratic Party. His whole family were Democrats. For him to leave, that's big. When the Kennedys want to exit the Democratic Party, they don't recognize it no more because all they're pushing is chirujos. That's all they're pushing. The main director of every single department, almost every single department in the last administration was a chirujo. They want a chirujo world. People with common sense say that has a place. Human rights, obviously protect humans. That needs to be respected. They need to be accounted for. They need to have a voice at the table. But come on, man. You shouldn't be telling my kid in a classroom about sex. Is there any adult with common sense that thinks it's okay for a teacher to teach their children about sex? Come on, man. Let's just keep that a buck, man. Vic Chavez says slave trading. Damn, cabrón. Damn. Electoral College. My bad, you guys. I didn't even open up the lines. We'll open up the phone lines next on the weekend, okay? I got something Salinas High this weekend. My son is getting close to graduating, so we're going to go do a senior thing at Salinas High. We'll open up those phone lines, man. Don't trip on that. Laugh out loud facts. 2000 Bush, 2006 Trump. Where those are the last two red ones. Now, again, Trump wasn't even red, cabrón. He was blue. He was blue. It's just he had to look, okay, God, family, country. Okay, chirujos, no fracking, and other shit, right? He was just like, well, shit, I gotta join a gang. It's like going to the Pinta in California. You ain't gonna walk the main line and not be clicked up. You're gonna have to hook up with something, north or south. You're gonna have to pick something. So Trump had to pick north or south. He picked north. No, I'm just kidding. Street Docs is in the casa just to show. We don't. Hey, you got a picture of an aperture right there. Way. The wifey is opening up a channel. The wifey is a multiple award-winning international photographer at WPPI, Wedding and Portrait Photographer International. The top 1,000 photographers. Street Docs, hear me out, and then I'll get to the bullshit. Because it's all puro pedo. It's all internet way. You swear, cabrón. Get it. Let's get back in reality, right? Working, jale, Dios, familia, cultura, right? The wifey has been invited to the conference with the top 1,000 photographers on planet Earth. Not these little babosos. Oh, look, I took a picture of this. The top 1,000 photographers on planet Earth. And a girl, small town girl from East Salinas, Chicana, got invited to that in the wedding category. And guess what? Won multiple awards, hit the stage amongst the top 1,000. She's going to start a YouTube channel pretty soon, gente. When she does that, if you're a photographer and you want to learn, this is not no 101 shit. This is 201, 301, off-camera flash, make day look like night, make light look like day, create sunsets, editing, color grading. You want to know about that? Be on the lookout for the wifey's photography channel, Street Docs. Now let me go ahead and read your comment, cabrón. Hey, Mikey, you're an embarrassment to the Chicano culture. We stand with our immigrant gente. That's right, cabrón. Stand with the gente. I said this time and time again, 85% of the farm workers here. I come from a farm worker town. My region and the Central Valley are the biggest farm working demographics in all of California. When people talk about farm workers, yeah, it's cool. You know, if you're more north in NorCal, yeah, it's cool if you're in SoCal, but you don't have the farm workers that Salinas has or the Central Coast has, or you don't have the farm working community that the Central Valley has. So if anyone can talk from experience, it's me. I'll tell you what, here in Monterey County, 85% of the Mexicano farm workers have been here for 20 or 30 years and already got permanent residency or anything else. So I don't see it directly affecting anyone in Monterey County. So to a certain extent, I can't relate. But imagine street docs if you found out 5% of the people that were deporting our raza and 95% were from other countries. I'm not knocking other countries, but imagine you found out you were just a puppet. You were just getting brainwashed. You were just sharing memes because it's the raza pages. Bro, this fucking blood that's pumping inside of me, bro, is probably browner than you, cabron. Wait till my DNA comes back. I'm going to bring science teacher from Salinas here, and we'll read it right there. I go to Mexico about a dozen times a year. I'm probably more connected than you are to Mexico. So I have a leg to stand on and to speak, cabron. So I'm going to tell you like this. I stand with the raza. I stand with the people, but no one has bought me. Ain't no one got a receipt on this mouth. Ain't no one got a receipt or pulls this fucking, my puppets, my strings. I don't play that. And again, we're sitting pretty because Chicanos, we got papers, man. We got papers. So that you think all the raza is getting taken on every street corner on all 50 states, you need to get off the internet, bro. That's what I would do if I were you. Go for a walk, way. The laundry. Need to take out the pork chops out of the fryer. Watch out, way. You're cooking, listening to the podcast. I know it's good, way, but hey, watch the pork chops, way. Enrique, that was a good one. That's funny. That's right. Chicanos stand with hard-working immigrants. You're telling me, bro. You're telling me I grew up, all of my friends, about 95% of them are first-generation Mexicans, bro. Not second, not third, not fourth. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but most of them lost the culture. Don't give a shit about Mexico. Don't visit Mexico. Don't have properties in Mexico. Don't have employees in Mexico. That's not me, bro. I'm a Chicano, way. I check all the boxes. ¿Y tú? Making carnitas in the air fryer. Hey, whatever you do, don't put tripas in the air fryer, okay? Whatever you do, don't put tripas in the air fryer. It's not going to work out good for you, man. It's not going to work out good for you. That's right, Street Dogs. Hey, it's puro pedo, Street Dogs. It's all good, man. Hey, no one is blocked here, Street Dogs, just so you know. No one is blocked. Everyone has a voice. If you want, why don't you just join the town hall? Voice your voice. Join the town hall. Chicano Tube on all platforms. Send me a message. Street Dogs. You want to join the town hall? Go look at the last town hall in March. We got very influential people on there with hundreds of thousands of followers. You want to voice your voice? Everyone can voice their voice, way. It's all to the good. We're in a great country, way, where you're not going to get thrown in the slammer for voicing your voice. I went half of the 6th grade in Juarez. Damn, man. My mom went to Mexico, too. That's right. Her house, that's right. Yo soy de rancho, way. I grew up the first 13 years, first 13 summers, man. If I wasn't in the rancho in Mexico as a kid, I was in the fields in a stroller. So, you know, my license got suspended. Chingado. Don't drive dirty, cabron. All right, you guys, I'm out. The Thursday night show. I appreciate you guys for tuning in again. Do me a favor, though. Hit that like. If you didn't like it, then hit the chinga tu madre button. It's right next to the like button. It's a thumbs down. I call it the chinga tu madre button. I would appreciate one, or I'd appreciate the other, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm going to tap back in with the familia. Gracias. Another episode live on Chicano Tube. Live on Chicano Street. Beautiful, linda raza. I'm signing out. The Thursday night show is a wrap. I'll see you this weekend. But remember what I always say? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.